And we are live. Welcome back to another tier list video where I'm gonna be now today ranking the stands of part 6. Just like the last one I made, there won't be any spoilers, so you can just treat this as a power scaling video or whatever. First off, we got Stone Free. Stone Free is another power punching stand, and it can basically turn your own body into rope that are very durable and very sharp as well. So yeah, turning your body or a limb of your body into rope. So I'll be putting that in mid tier. Actually, strong. Yes, strong. Then the next one we have is weather report. Um, this stand is basically controls the weather, and it also has a set of abilities with using something known as heavy weather. It can basically create frog rains and create rainbows, and with those rainbows it can create subliminal messages through light that make people believe who see the rainbow turn into snails. They believe so much that they are snails that they actually become into snails. So I'm putting that in holy cow. Next up, we have Kiss. Kiss is a stand that can create tickets, and then when you put a ticket into a limb or an object, it will duplicate itself, basically creating a tumor. And then when you rip the ticket out, it slams the two objects together with such incredible force. It's I'm going to put it in mid because it's not strong as Stone Free because the power, and then you really have to stick a sticker, I mean a ticket, to the person, so just to use the ability. So I'm putting that a mid tier. Next up, we have Foo Fighters. Now, Foo Fighters is a stand that is basically a colony of planktons, and these colony of planktons have the main form of Foo Fighters, and Foo Fighters can also divide itself into the mini versions, the colonies, and it also has no weak points, and it can also shoot itself, and then it can also take control of dead bodies. That is Foo Fighters. Going on strong tier. Next up, we have Diver Down. Diver Down is basically a stand that can dive into objects, well, and can also dive into the human body. So what else can Diver Down do is basically plant, I mean, hit a certain object, and then it will transfer that punch into the wall, and then the user of Diver Down can activate it at any time to throw a punch with what limb you hit it with Diver Down. So when you punch a wall, right, and then a person walks up to the wall you punched, the user, you can activate it, and then they will get punched. That is Diver Down. Diver Down can also dive into the bodies of humans and kill them from the inside out. That's Diver Down. Next up, we have White Snake. White Snake has one of, if not one of the highest, I mean, having the most abilities in one single stand. Uh, Whitesnake has a very long range. It pursues targets. It can also create this liquid substance that makes people fall asleep. Uh, he can also he also has the disc. Disc basically he can dive. He can stick his finger through your head and then take out a disc, and that disc, it could be two, could be either two of your I mean, it could be either your memories or the stand ability you have, and then he can store it as well, and then he can also put it into someone else, and they will yeah, they will just relive that. So I'm putting this one at holy cow tier. Actually, let me sort this out. Diver down is the strongest in strong tier. Next up, we have Sea Moon. Sea Moon is a stand that has is basically the center of gravity. Um, when it punches on something, it will turn inside out. So when it punches a human, they will turn inside out. It's pretty disgusting when you think about it, but that is what Seaman does. He controls gravity. That's Seamoon. Next up, we have Made in Heaven. Now, Made in Heaven is one of the strongest stands in all of JoJo's. Uh, Having Made in Heaven speeds up time, starts accelerating time for how many times longer, for how many people desire. It speeds up time, and including the user, so they could be moving up to speeds faster than light. And it can, to put simply, it can end the world. If if it accelerated enough, there will be a point where it just ends the world, basically ends the universe. So that is going on number one on Holy Cow, and I will forever keep that on number one on Holy Cow. Next up, we have uh, Burning the House Down. I think that's I think that's the name. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Burning the House Down is going on weeks here. Um, this is not really a stand. It's more of just a room. It's literally just a room inside an object, inside a wall. So this stand manifests into a room, and that's basically it. That's the stand. Next one we have I forgot what this name is. Goo Goo Dolls. I was going to say Goo Goo Babies, but that's from Uma Musume. Yeah, we have Goo Goo Dolls. I'm going to put this on mid tier. Goo Goo Dolls can basically create. I mean, if you get close to the user of Goo Goo Dolls, you will instantly shrink into a doll-sized person, and you will stay in that form just because you're close to the user of Goo Goo Dolls. And if you get away, you return back to normal size. That's basically what Goo Goo Dolls is. Next up, we have Manhattan Transfer. Now, I am going to put this in strong tier because it really just depends on how smart the user is of Manhattan Transfer. Using Manhattan Transfer, you can basically uh how do I say this? Yeah, Manhattan Transfer can create clouds of sorts or smoke, and using that smoke or that air, you can read off of it. The user can tell what is inside the room with him by just spreading this gas around. And y- the user can also control where projectiles go. So if they were to say he shot a bullet, he can control it with the wind of Manhattan Transfer. So you can read rooms and then curve your bullets so you can shoot through walls. Basically, you can see through walls. That is Manhattan Transfer. Next up, we have Highway to Hell. Yeah, Highway to Hell. Going on weak tier, but higher than burning the house down, because Highway to Hell is can actually do damage. But basically, Highway to Hell is a sharing damage stand. So when you hurt yourself, it shares the damage with another person. So by example, if you were to slice off an arm, they would also slice off their arm. But it's just shared damage. So if you were to hang yourself, then the other would do it as well. So that is Highway to Hell. Uh, I forgot. I kind of forgot what the name this is. I think it's Marilyn Manson. If I'm not, but yeah, this is Marilyn Manson. I think Marilyn Manson is going on mid tier. So what does Marilyn Manson do? Marilyn Manson is a stand that is another gamble stand. Uh, you have to place bets to one another, and she can detect if you already lost, or you've cheated. And if it detects that, she will immediately take a the bet you owed the user. So, but if you don't have the money, she will instead take organs that it estimated that it can pay for the bet you betted for. So that is Marilyn Manson. The only downside about Marilyn Manson is that you have to gamble, and Marilyn Manson doesn't really protects its own user. It's kind of just gambling. That's basically it. That's Marilyn Manson. Next up, we have Jumping Jack Flash. So Jumping Jack Flash is a stand that can make people experience zero gravity, and then those people who are in zero gravity, if they touch something, that object will also turn into zero gravity. So there's nothing that helps them. So they will just forever float and eventually die. I'm going to put that in mid tier, but the highest in mid tier. Next up, we have Limp Biscuit. Limp Biscuit is a stand that dwells into necromancy. Uh, Limp Biscuit can basically turn the dead into invisible zombies. So you can't see the zombie, and it is a zombie. Therefore, it is going on strong tier. Oh yeah, by the way, the Limp Bizkit zombies are under your command. Next up, we have Survivor. that is going on weak tier, but gonna be the highest on weak tier because because it can actually do something without having to do something to its own user. Survivor just basically makes a fluid that anyone who touches it will basically turn very angry. They will just completely turn angry and violent. It has no spiritual power. It just makes people angry and violent. That's what Survivor does. Next up, we have Planetary Waves. I think that's the name. Yeah, Planet Waves. Planet Waves is a stand that can create really small meteorites that he can send at people, basically. So I am going to put this on mid tier, at the highest of mid tier now. Uh, Next one we have forgot his name. Dragon's Dream. Dragon's Dream is a stand that how do I say this? It's one of those stands that grant kung fu, but then no. The user, basically the user and the person will be wait. Okay, let me think. Dragon's Dream. So when there's a fight going on, Dragon's Dream will just stay neutral and won't side with anyone, even its own user. And it basically just watches the fight. But it also it neutrally grants hints on how to beat the guy, how to beat you, and how to beat the person you're fighting. So that is Dragon's Dream. You just have to know how to beat them. He just tells you how to beat them, and he acts like a judge. So that's going on mid tier. Higher than Marilyn Manson. Actually, why did I put Google Babies here? There. That seems fair. Now we got Yo-Yo Ma. Yo-Yo Ma is a stand that is basically an automatic stand. You can tell it commands and it'll do what you told it to do. And I'd say this is pretty strong because Yo-Yo Ma is very loyal to its user. Well, also it can also spit acid out of its mouth. That's why you see it drooling. That's actually acid. So yeah, I'm putting that on the bottom of strong tier. Actually, let me fix this up a bit. Manhattan Transfer, that definitely stronger than the Zone Free. But again, Manhattan's transfer is really strong, but it just depends on the user if they actually know how to use it. I think putting that Yo-Yo Ma here. Next up, we have the Green Grass of Home. Now, the Green Grass of Home is basically just a defense stand. If not the best defense stand ever. So, the Green Grass of Home acts automatically. And any unwelcome guests or presents will shrink, just like Goo Goo Dolls. But the difference between Goo Goo Dolls and Green Grass of Home is that the more you get closer to Green Grass of Home, the more you will shrink, and making it feel like you're in an endless run. It's impossible to reach. Like there's you're just standing there, and there's this guy trying to come after you, and they just shrink, and then shrinking until they're atomic size, and they can get to you because they're so tiny. They have to walk like a whole country worth, and yeah. And if they get closer and closer, they would shrink out of existence. That is the Green Grass of Home. Next up, we have Jailhouse Lock. Actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to put green grass of home in Holy Cow tier. Maybe at the lowest because it can't really defend itself. I mean, it can defend itself but any welcome guest can get in, and they could also just betray you, and that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then we have Jailhouse Lock. Probably one of the strongest stands ever. I am putting this over Sea Moon. Yeah, I'm putting this against Sea Moon. Also, I forgot to mention green grass of home affects area of a crowd of people. Now we're gonna talk about Jailhouse Lock, which is a reference to Jailhouse Rock. Basically, Jailhouse Lock basically makes you forget memories and forget what this thing is over and over again. It's basically just some torture thing where you constantly forget what you have, and then when you try to remember and then you remember it again, then you just forget again. That's basically Jailhouse Lock. You can lock a person up and they really don't know what's going to happen. Next up, we have, if not one of the most chaotic abilities ever, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yes, the song Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Bohemian Rhapsody is going over Jailhouse Rock. Now, you might see a pattern here now. This speeds up time of the world. This controls the 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 weather of the world. This one brings chaos into the world. Basically, what Bohemian Rhapsody can do is turn fiction into reality. If you were to if you were to be reading Batman, it would create Batman in real life. And then when you see Batman and then you recognize the character is Batman, you will turn into Batman. And you might be thinking, oh, I'm Batman, I'm so powerful now. But no, you have to follow the story he went through. So, if there were a character in some show that died, and a person recognizes them, they will turn into that guy and they will kill themselves. That is the danger of Bohemian Rhapsody. Next up, we have a stand that I forgot the name of, Sky High. Sky High controls a bunch of these these sticks that are very sharp and very hard to see, and he can control it by a long range type. Yeah, I am putting this below. I should putting this above Yo-Yo Ma. The only thing about this stand is that you can control its stuff from a mile away, while it can also control multiple of them from a mile away, and it gets stronger by when it gets closer. Actually, I'm putting that above Foo Fighters. And now the last stand we have is the Underworld. The Underworld is a stand that basically digs into your memories and can make you relive the memories you went through. So, yeah, I am putting this above Sky High. And this is my ranking for the strongest stands of JoJo Part 6. We have 3 world chaotic world things. And we have just strong in general. We have more. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about diver down. It can dive into a person. Then it can also replace its limbs, and it can also take damage for other people. So that's neat. It can be a defense guy using diver down. But if I were to have one of these stands, I honestly would pick Manhattan Transfer. Manhattan Transfer is, if not one of the more useful stands to use in real life. You can spread gas around a room, and you can read who is in there and where they at. So you can basically throw a rock, and if you sense that they're evil, um, you can throw a rock, and you can control the projectile. You can control where the rock will be thrown, and then where it will go, and basically hitting whoever's in. So Manhattan Transfer, I think, deserves to be. I mean, I want Manhattan Transfer to be my stand IRL. And yeah, that is my ranking. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned that JoJo abilities are pretty cool. Yeah, thanks.